Concerning our game against Bayern Munich, so honestly, I don't want to say much, but all I'm saying is just as a fan, yeah, I'm just trying to air my view, air my opinion, and the rest of them. So, first of all, I'm going to start with the lineup and the team selection. So, for the lineup, we used the same format we used in knocking PSG out of the Club World Cup. That is the same format we use in winning the Club World Cup. And so the only difference, there are some few changes. There are some few changes, but the only difference is that our defense then during the Club World Cup versus PSG was very, very different from the defense that we use. And as such, there were lots of unforced errors from the defenders that caused the goal. And honestly, I'm going to say this. The first goal is a mistake. Yes, is a mistake because when the free kick was played, it touched the ref. And when the ref dropped the ball, he didn't alert the other team. So the other team were supposed to be alerted that okay, the play is continuing. And before you know it, the ball was passed to Olise and they scored the goal. Then let's go to the second goal. Now for the second goal, which happens to be a penalty, I'm not going to say much about that, but it's just in football. So anytime an attacking player falls inside your box, whether the challenge was much or the challenge is not much, is going to be a penalty. So we've come to agree that fact. But I hope when it's our own turn, the table is not going to turn and we will not get our own penalty anytime our own player is being rough handled, whether it's a slight tackle, whether it's a soft tackle, as long as you fall inside the box, you're going to get a penalty. And that is how it will be from now on. So now the third goal was a pure mistake. Was a pure mistake from Gusto. Like I don't know what he was thinking, but that is just it. It has happened. It has happened, and at the end of the day, I've always said this: our defense, our defense is not that good. Is not that good. They were not able to handle the pressure of Bayern Munich. They were constantly causing error and the rest of them. And our attack, like I've always said, Palmer is the chief, he's the orchestrator of everything. Without him, I wonder how the attack is going to be. So everything flows through him, everything goes through him, everything. So whether I've said whether it's half fit, whether it's fully fit, whether it's performing, whether he isn't performing, he just has to play. If we want to get anything from any game, he just has to play. And for the ref, for the ref, he has succeeded in what he did, and I just hope that from now henceforth we'll be getting a much more better and favorable decision. So some of the players tried, but I have to say for us to not be our best and still be able to play Bayern Munich like the way we did, if we tighten up our belt, tighten up the losing end, and try to be better, try to play better, probably will be a very formidable squad, be a good team. So for us to be able to play Bayern Munich the way we did last night, forget the drama, forget the errors, forget everything. I was a little bit impressed. Yeah, even with Sanchez, even though his distribution were not that great, his goalkeeping was excellently perfect. The only problem was that his own defense failed him. There were some unforced errors and the rest of them. So that is my view and opinion on the match.